Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of StoneBlock. This is Scoots42, back on the beta server once again, doing some more testing for Infinite Gaming. Now let's see, I've got enough in here. I've made a few wands, well, a couple of wands anyway. I think I can get you back now, cool. And we'll probably set this guy back up. I'm thinking we might do a kind of a tree room in here for different kinds of trees. But I have been working on getting separate farms set up. I've got sugarcane, and I just got done with what will hopefully be a watermelon farm. But I think we have enough slime for the time being. I'm not going to worry about it too much. And then I'm thinking down in this area, I'll make a little room and we'll end up with some kind of a passive mob farm / chicken area. And then I was thinking off this way, instead of closing it off like I was originally going to, I think I may turn this into the mystical agriculture area. So I may do that instead. But for the time being, you can go in here with the other blocks. And we're running really short on space again. So I think, first of all, let's get these loot chests open. We got one of the quest lines fixed. If we look in our better questing book here, this was previously, like, it was there, but when I went to look, there was nothing under the retrieval task. So I've been kind of getting all that stuff. And then one of the last ones here is I'm actually going to need to make a personal key, which is something I've never made before. Let's take a look at that real quick. Like I said, I've never actually made one of these. So that's just a drawer key and a name tag. So I think we can actually make that pretty quick. I think we just needed a 2 gold ingots, a gold nugget, and I think we have one of those in there. Yeah, we do. And do I also have, not in there, I probably have one up here though. Name tag, okay. There we go. Like I said, I've never made one of those before, I've just never needed to. And I think we need both of those in the inventory for this to count. There we go. Complete. And then we need, oh wow, it wants me to have each one of those upgrades. Storage upgrade 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, well let's open these real quick. See what we get out of here. Blacker Lotus, that'll be awesome. Invar Hammer, that is awesome. A bunch of viaducts, these might come in handy. I've never really gotten to play with viaducts. So let's clear some of this stuff out. And I think you guys can go in there. Probably should have put those over there a while ago. Let's see what's in here. Another Invar Hammer, I'll take it. And some more of those nano lenses, okay. So maybe what we'll do is kind of start keeping the Botania related stuff up here. Since we don't have a whole lot of space taken up in this chest yet. And I have been going around kind of trying to pretty things up. These guys down here are doing really well since we upgraded all the servos and item ducts on the back. So there's no more clogs going on. I upgraded a bunch more of the drawers. And since we have some GP now, I went ahead and put 4 of those upgrades into this guy, which is really, really cool. And I also, since we have blaze rods, I wanted to do a little more work on seeing if we can't get some, what do you call them, upgrades. Oh, there you are. I've been actually looking for you. I saw you. There you go. Thanks for stopping by. But since we have access to blaze rods now, I wanted to go ahead and... Oh, room in here? Not really. What about up here? think you guys can hang out up there for a second. Let's clear some more of this out. There we go. So I wanted to see if we can't go ahead and get all the tiers of the cobblestone generators. Let's put that up, and let's get a stack of cobble here. And let's take a look at those cobblestone generators. I don't actually need another one right at the moment, but I wanted to go ahead. See, I think that's where we're stuck, is on the blaze rod one. Or that's where we were stuck. So now we need iron. And we're going to need, I don't remember what we needed after iron. But I know this got us to tier 2. And then tier 3 was diamonds, which we should have enough. So let's get that. There we go. Another tier 3. And then this was the tier 4 with the blaze rods. There we go. So let's claim that quest. There we go. And let's see what we got from you. Draconic cores. I will take it. Those are going to come in pretty handy. Now we've got 16 of them. And what did we need for the tier 5? Or the tier 4? I thought there were 5 tiers. There is. Emeralds. Okay, we can do that. There we go, tier 5. Awesome. So that's another quest. Nice. And then it wants us to do a portal to the deep dark, and I actually have a plan for this. I think I have an idea. We're going to need to make, well, first let's see what we got out of this loot chest here. Bunch more viaducts. Awesome. Where did I put those guys? Did I put them over here? I did. Okay. So that's sweet. So, the deep dark portal. We are going to need quintuple compressed cobblestone for those. So I think what might be in order here are some compacting drawers. So let's see if we can't get a few pistons. We'll need some redstone. We'll probably need a little more iron than what we have on us. It's possible. I don't remember. I keep getting these Enderman heads and I don't even notice. So let's see. We need, and we're going to need some stone, which I've been cooking up a fair amount of it. I've just been putting it in these old vanilla furnaces. Get some use out of them while I'm doing stuff. Now let's see, and we need, what else did we need? We'll need to make a few basic drawers. We'll need some chests. So let's get a couple stacks of wood. And we'll just turn all of you into chests. And we'll get probably another stack or two. There we go. Is there any room in here for you to go? Yes, okay. So what are we missing now? Just the pistons? I mean, we may as well get a few of these, right? Because, I mean, I'm definitely going to want to make more of them. And we're going to want a handful of these anyway. So let's see, where did you guys take off to? There you go. Let's see if any of this stuff will go back into the drawer system. There we go. And I'm thinking, where's a good place to do this at? Because we're going to want to set up some servos, so we'll probably need a little redstone. Probably use that iron. Man, I'm just running out of space everywhere. Okay, so, man, we're going to need to make more glass soon, too. Servo, let's just start with these. And I'm thinking we'll need at least 2 of them. See if I can get some of these planks out of the way here. There we go. Let's see, 1 more servo, please. And then we'll get just some of our regular old item ducts here. Alright, so most of you guys can go away for a little while. There we go. And probably, let's see, where's a good place to do this? So I'll probably end up putting the dark portal down there. I'm thinking that's where I'm going to have all of my portals. I guess maybe we could do something over here-ish. Or we could do it downstairs. That might not be too bad of an idea. See if we might have some room right over here. This looks like a good spot. So let's put you, say, right here. Or no, you output above, don't you? Just by default. So let's start it off that way. So we'll put you there. And then we'll take one of you. There you go. And you can see how quick that's making this stuff. So we'll take one of these guys. And I think this will work. I'm not 100% sure. But if we do something like this, and then I put a servo on here, and we're going to whitelist you to double compressed cobble. So if I do that, and then put you here, and then set you to active, will that work? And it does. Nice. So what we've got here is quadruple compressed cobblestone. And what do we need for the deep dark portal? Quintuple compressed. So if I take you and put you, let's turn you off for a second, and put you right here, disconnect that guy, and put that there with another servo. What happens if, well, I may not have enough in there yet, so let's turn you back on. Just out of curiosity, because I think I'm going to need to take this quadruple stuff and put it up here. Double. So we get compressed and then double. And then we get double, triple, quadruple. So I'm thinking we should get quadruple, quintuple, and then sextuple. But I need that first piece of quadruple. So I'm thinking that should work. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for that to kind of catch up with us, let's make some things. Let's, you know, it might not be a bad idea either, is eventually, let's put you in here, because one of the things we're going to do, I want to start tackling the grid. And I should probably tell you guys about these wands I made also. So let's see, this is a moving wand. It's pretty useful. You need, recipes, there we go. Wand cores, which are made from blaze rods and gold nuggets. 2 ender pearls and redstone will give you the moving wand. And the swapping wand, again, 2 of the wand cores, 2 glowstone blocks, and a block of redstone. So now I can swap things. Most things. Not all things, but most. That's how I did all this. Let's see, for instance, I can select stone, and then if I had stone in my inventory, I could swap that out. But it's telling me I don't have the right block. Or I could take this and swap it up here, but again, I don't have the right block. One of the other tools I've made is this eye chisel, and if we look at the eye chisel, when I have something that I can chisel selected, it gives me a preview, and then I can choose how I want to have this stuff chisel in the real world. It is letting me. Okay, it will act like a regular chisel. Cool. So you can chisel blocks in the Minecraft world just by left-clicking the block with the chisel. And if you have, for instance, some stone selected, I can say I could choose mosaic. And let's see, let's do contiguous 2D. See what happened? It just basically chiseled every single last bit of that, which is pretty awesome. So if I wanted to get those corners, I would just hit single. Nice. So that may be my new ceiling. I kind of like that. That was kind of an accident. I was just really doing it to show you guys what it would look like, but I kind of like how that ended up working out. So we may have found our new ceiling. Sweet. What I need to do is set that back to this guy. Nice. So that is awesome. That is really awesome. I like how that worked. And I'll do a little bit of work on those corners because I kind of like how this looks when it's got that border there. Nice. I really like that. That kind of worked out. And we can do the same thing in our hallway. For this, I'd probably want to do something like a 1x3 row of blocks. You can see all the different, that I didn't mean to chisel. That's no big deal. I mean, we can always fix that later. But what I really want to get into today is I want to start making the solderers that we're going to need to get into refined storage. So let's put this up. You can go in there for now, so can you. And what we're going to need, we'll probably need some redstone. We're going to need some quartz, and we're going to need a fair amount of iron. So let's look at the recipe for a solderer. So we're going to need quartz-enriched iron and some sticky pistons. So we should have some pistons left, maybe? Well, let's get some more cobble. And we'll just make some more here. So how many can I make? 16? That should be plenty. And we're going to want some slime. So I'll need like 4 of you. There we go. Lime sticky pistons, nice. And now this quartz enriched iron. 3 iron ingots and nether quartz. And so that'll get us a little over a few stacks, which will be fine. And then I'm going to want at least 3 of these. And the other thing we're going to want, I almost forgot, is a controller. Which is this guy, Refined Storage Controller. Now for that we're going to want some silicon, and we have a couple options for getting silicon. We can get it by smelting soda quartz dust, apparently, which we may very well do. I think that's going to be the best way to go about it. We might be able to do sand, but we actually are a little short on sand, and what we are not short on is soda quartz. So what we can do is we can come over here to our pulverizer, and we're going to set you to output, and we're going to set you to input and auto input enabled just because. And so let's get the soda quartz in there, and the soda quartz should pulverize into soda quartz dust, which should go right into the furnace and give us our silicon. Nice. So how much silicon did we need again? Let's double check. We need 3. Right? Yeah. Alright, so there's our 3 silicon. So let's see what else we needed. We need one of these guys, which we need a piece of stone for. There we go. Machine casing. This is quartz enriched iron around a piece of stone. So there's the machine casing. And we just need 1 diamond now. I think that's the... Oh, we have some in our inventory. Nice. So there's our controller. Now the controller, I usually like to have up where I'm going to actually have access to my grid. So what I'm probably going to do is, I haven't used this guy in quite some time. So I think I'm just going to kind of set you aside for a little while. I'm also going to do this because I kind of have an idea here. And we're going to set you right here. Cool. Some of the other stuff we're going to want is going to be this stuff here, cable from Refined Storage. And I'll take as much of that as we can get right now, which is 36 cables. Which should be fine. I think we'll probably end up moving... Oh, that happens to me a lot. Forget, you can't really right-click with those cables in your hands because it'll... There we go. We're going to have to put this coal up because it's just about time to get rid of these furnaces. And we will have a little bit more room over here than what it's going to look like right away. I'll keep that 1 furnace over there just in case we do end up needing it. I think you can just sit like right here. Kind of like how that works. And I'm also going to change my mind, sort of. Because one of the other things we're going to end up making, let's see here, and this quartz enriched iron, I'm actually going to go ahead and designate you, say, right there. A couple reasons. Number 1, to clear up the inventory a little bit. You can go in there for now. And let's put this nether quartz up for the time being. We can always grab more if we need it. Now I think it is definitely time to start making the power cell from RF tools. So for that we're going to want some prismarine, which hopefully I've still got hanging around here somewhere. There it is. We've got a couple diamonds. We're going to want a couple emeralds. We're going to need some gold nuggets. Here's some. And we're probably going to want paper. We have some, so that's good. So let's get... Do I have machine frames? I have a feeling I have machine frames. I have one machine frame. So we'll want a little lapis. And we're going to want to make another machine frame because we're going to want two of these. We need some regular iron apparently. There we go. We have one, we just need one more. And we need a total of 8 redstone blocks. I think I grabbed one too many, but I think we'll live. So we should be able to get 2 of these. Nice. And then we're definitely going to want 2 of those. Well, I think we need a little bit more in the gold nugget department. There we go. So we should be able to get 1 more of those. Nice. And what we're going to do is you're going to go back here. And before I forget, we're going to go ahead and set you to output mode. And then you, sir, are going to come down here. And I think it doesn't really matter which side we put this on. Apparently not there. We do need him to be touching power. So maybe we can just pop you here. And we're going to have you set to input. We'll put one of these up here, and we're going to link the other one. So it should be linked now, which is cool. And you are gaining power. And he's not going to power any of these other devices surrounding him. He's only going to power himself, basically, at this point. And this, you actually can charge things in there. I don't have anything, I don't think. Oh, yeah, we do. There we go. So you actually can charge things in there, by the way. So this card that we linked, we're going to come and pop up here. There we go. And make sure you're set to out. And now you can see our controller is lit up. So we're going to dig under the floor here. And we'll put most of this back. And then we're going to take these cables that we made, and we're going to connect these guys. Nice. And these are powered now. Oops. I keep forgetting not to do that. Alright, so we should be able to get you guys covered back up now. Nice. And they should be getting power. There's nothing that really lets me know they're getting power, but we'll know here in just a moment, because what we want is a grid. This is going to be the very first thing that we make, and there's a few things we're going to need, like that silicon. So let's go down and grab it. Most of it should be done by now, or at least enough of it to get us started. Because we're going to want some things. That is for sure. So let's see. To get a grid, we're going to want glass, which we have. We'll need another machine casing. So let's grab maybe a stack of this stuff. And we'll need probably a little stone. So let's get a machine casing. And we're going to need a construction core, which is a basic processor, which needs printed silicon. And to get printed silicon, let's do you up here. We'll take this stuff, and it is getting power. It pulls all of its power from the controller through those grid cables. And each one of these blocks, whether it's the solder or any other block from refined storage, also acts like a cable. So it only needs to touch another block that is from refined storage. Right, so we've got some of that now. I think we're going to need some iron. There we go. And then down here we can kind of get you ready. We'll get some printed silicon there, and we'll put some redstone up there. And we'll just kind of have that on standby for now. We're not going to do a whole lot more with it right at this moment. But we're going to want some gold, iron, and iron. Okay. So we're basically going to play a little bit of a waiting game here. Okay, so there's the printed ones. And how many did we need to get a grid? We're going to need 1, 2. So let's put 2 of these in here. And then what we're going to get are those 2 silicon processors that we need to make these guys. And these are going to be crafted, these construction and destruction cores, but we need 2 basic processors. So there's 1. And there's 2. So we're also going to want a piece of nether quartz and a piece of glowstone, because this is how we make our cores. We can pop both of them up here, and we'll take the glowstone, and there's our construction core, and the nether quartz, and there is our destruction core, right? So what else do we need for a grid? We got that already. We're going to need 2 pieces of gold. Which I don't have on me. We have them over here though. So 1, 2. And that's enough of you for now. Let's get the gold in there, and we'll get those printed basic processors out. And you guys can just sit up here for a minute and chill. Then there's one other thing I want to make too. And I know this is going to be a slightly longer episode. This is a crafting recipe. So I need any chest, a machine casing, so let's do that. An advanced processor, which is a diamond. Do we have any left? We do. How are you guys doing? You're still doing pretty good. But that should be enough of you for now. Let's get you cooking up. There we go. And we can get these guys cooking. And what else did we need for a disk drive? Any chest and a diamond processor. So that should be done. I think we'll take a little bit of redstone here. And pop you up here with some redstone. And then we can grab one of these. Where'd you go? There you go. Boy, room is really getting to be an issue. I think maybe we can get rid of you guys for a minute. And these guys can hang out in here for just a little bit. And then those can go away. And what we are going to want are these disks. So let's see, there's the advanced processor. So is that everything we need? Nice. For a disk drive, sweet. And just to show you guys, we'll be able to pop this anywhere where something is touching the grid. We could put it right there, but I don't really want to do that because that's going to mess up my wall I've got going on there. What I'll probably do is end up moving this, which I don't want to do right this second because we're still going to need it, believe it or not. Now let's see, so I should have these two, nice. So now hopefully we can get our grid. I think that was the last piece of the puzzle for the grid. We need 3 pieces of glass, and I probably don't have any sand. Well, of course not, but we can get it real quick, right? We have, and that iron hammer's almost gone too, of course. Boy, we're just running out of all kinds of things. Regular iron, there we are. Running totally out of room. There's the gravel. There's some dirt. And sand. Nice. I cannot believe we totally ran out of glass. Of all the things to run out of. And of course we're down to one little thing here. And I have a feeling that by the time we actually run down there, we would have been able to... I think you can just hang out in there for a little bit. And we should be done with you as well. Let's combine you guys and get ourselves a nice new hammer. There we go. And 3 pieces yet? Nice. Okay. So grid finally. Sweet. And let's take a look at the crafting grid. So for a crafting grid, are you serious? I can... Wow. That used to not be a crafting recipe. They used to have to do that directly in a... Hello, Mr. Enderman. You used to have to do that in the solder. That is craziness. Are you done yet? Nice. Put you down here and get an advanced processor. Crafting grid? You just need a crafting table for that? And I think that is specifically a crafting table. Yeah. Now this can be a couple of different things in the solderer, but it looks like the crafting recipe is specifically a crafting table, which is fine by me. Oh, come on now. Come on back. There you go. So let's get ourselves a regular crafting table, like so. And there is no reason not to make the crafting grid, even if you do need to do it in a, what do you call it, in a solderer. There's just absolutely no reason not to. I think we can put you back now, because I'm probably not going to need to access the power supply that's back there, and you can just go right here. And now we have a crafting grid, which we can't access. We totally can't access anything because there is nothing to access, which is why, since we already have those discs here, that's why I went ahead and made this guy. And as soon as we pop them in here, Now we can store 256,000 items. So for instance, I can come right here into my inventory and... Really? Well, now, isn't that a thing? Oh, there we go. Now it's going to let me put you in there. Well, let me put the quartz enriched in there. Oh, I see. We had a whitelisting issue. It was only accepting that, so we should be able to put this other stuff in there now. Like, for instance, these pearls, the golden lasso. I mean, any of this stuff, really. I can put anything in there. I don't want to put that stuff in there yet, though. I do want to put the some of this stuff in here. Like... what do I want to put in there? So we've got our mop drops over here still. Things like the Friender Pearl, I guess, can go in there. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to be able to do some things. There is something I wanted to craft right away, and that is an importer. And this will probably be the last thing we do today. So we need a destruction core and an improved processor. So we need a piece of gold. And the destruction core was... We still have all those... I thought we made a bunch of processors already. Did we not? There they are, printed basic processors. So we're going to want one of you, and this stuff can go in the grid. This is 464K discs. I mean, that's actually a fair amount. That really truly is. That can go away. So nice. We're doing really good. We do have a basic grid set up now. And we'll be able to do a lot more with the grid as we go through the pack. That is for sure. Let's see. So I need a piece of quartz, which I probably just put all of that back up. And let's see, we needed a destruction core. Check. And you guys can actually go hang out in there for a little while. So there's our improved processor and importer. Nice. And we probably will need a couple of cables, because what we can do is the following. Put that importer on the chest and then connect it with a cable, and you can see that number's climbing up because I like placing cables on things for no reason. It is now importing all of the things from our chest. So I'm going to let this go for a while. There are things we can do to speed this up. I don't know how quick it would be for us to do them, but we can, for instance, get this stack upgrade. But we need speed upgrades, and that takes sugar and redstone and some of this stuff. And I think we'll probably do good just with this for now. We'll come back in the next episode, and we'll definitely be doing a lot more with the grid. And one of the other things I'll probably do before we come back is in the storage area, what I should have been doing is completing all of these quests, because we got a bunch of this stuff, and we'll make the 1K disc to do the quest, and Let's see, we've got a 64K disc already, but we can make all the discs. You know, we'll do all the things. We will definitely do all the things. I'll go over all of that stuff with you guys. So I hope you had a good time today. I really do. I'm having a lot of fun with this pack. I really, really am. So let me know what you guys think. Be sure to leave me some comments down below. Give me a thumbs up if you're liking this stuff. And if you're really liking it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to check out NFINIT on their Discord. Thanks for stopping by today, guys, and take care.